guys, welcome again. My name is Chinelo. If it's your first time seeing this face, you are highly welcome. And to my old subscribers, I see you all. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you for coming back, and thank you for showing me so much love. I really appreciate that. So on today's episode, on this series of videos, we're going to be talking about the Canadian Immigration Express Entry Pathway, how to apply, how to go through the application process and all that. And my husband will be the one doing the voiceover and the whole thing. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you subscribe. I hope you comment if there's anything in the video or even after that you don't understand and you need some little clarifications. Don't hesitate to put your questions or your comments in the comment section below. Anyways, let's get right into it.
Hello guys, just to help everyone out there with the process of immigrating to Canada, my wife have requested that I come up on here to discuss, to explain, to just make sure that I break down the process of the application from the start to the end. And what I'm about to talk about here is about the express of interest. But bear in mind that before you express your interest as on the express entry here on IRCC, you need to go through certain page, and I just want to take you process by process, one after the other. I'd like you to join me and go through with me. With this, I'm not sure you need any agent to help you with your applications, because it's going to be, very easy for you to go. Now, the first thing showing on the page here is Canada.ca. When you click on the page, what you're going to say is this. And since you are English speaking person, you click on English. If you speak from sir, you then go for English. That's if you understand. For some of our African brothers and some of our people out there, even from other countries other than France themselves, they speak French, understand French. So you just use the word click on français. But for this video, we will be clicking on English. And the next page is going to come up is this page, the Government of Canada page. Very quickly, because you're going to be applying as a permanent resident, all you need to do is to come under immigration. You could go through signing to an account, you could go through some other places, but the best thing for you is to come in through this immigration and citizenship, because and I'd like also to add that if you want to visit on a visit visa, you want to apply for work, you want to apply for study, immigrate, if you want to come in as a refugee, a permanent resident. And this is all, you want to check your status for all these things that I've just mentioned. You have to come through this particular link. So once you're here, click on this link, and it will take you directly to this page, Immigration and Citizenship. For the fact that we are new here, for me, I already have an account, so it will be very easy for me to log in. I just need to probably come here to my application and just click on my application and go further from there. Or I can as well click on this sign in, which is the very first thing you need to click on for the newcomer. So you click on sign in or create an IRCC secure account, and once you come to this page, you would see certain information that are going to be very useful for you. Try it as much as possible as a newcomer to read this. And even I would advise that even as someone that has an application here, the IRCC would most time put in some informations here there's some information that are very vital, like, you know, some updates that they want to keep you updated. They put in some, just like this one, the federal court certifies government of Canada privacy breach class action, you know, just go through them. And then straight when you move down, something before we go there, this says the online services will be available. So these are the kind of updates you need to see, because sometimes when you try to sign in and it's difficult for you, do not panic. It is maybe it's from the systematic problem from the IRCC, or it could be your own network, but I guarantee you, we pass through all this things, everything's going to be fine. So very quickly, there are two options here for signing in. One is with the GCKey, and the other one is with signing partner. So now this signing partner is when you have someone else you're going to be signing in with, but this is not what we're going to be doing on this video. What we did in our own case was we used the sign in with GCKey. Now, I would have just gone in here to sign in, but the issue is that for the sake of those who do not have an account, we're just going to go into register. Do not have an account, you register. And it says again, there are two ways, either GCKey or the sign-in partner. And when you come down here, you'll see they register with GCKey. If we click on this GCKey, register with GCKey, you will see the sign-in page, right? And also you will see the simple secure access, and then this is where you need to sign up and create your secured account. When you click on this, they sign up there. You will then move to the terms and conditions. You go through them and then accept. When you accept it, the next thing is for you to start following the instructions. Create a username. It's required. You have to put in a unique username that you know you're going to be using for yourself. Make sure you read all these things here. Then you see that if you look at the top bar here, it says there's a term and condition. We've passed it. Now we've come to username. The next thing that's going to come out is the password. And now if you look at the right bottom box here, it said the password need to have a minimum of sorry, this is for the username. Sorry, the username need to have a minimum of 8 characters. Bear in mind, when you go to the password, when you're done here and click on continue, you go to the password, it will show you the same thing. It will guide you. So there's no big deal about that. Then you go to questions and answers. These questions that you see here, when you get to that place, you ask, there are a series of questions that will be dropping out of the box. And then when you click on, try to write down whatever you have chosen or selected and the answers that you've given to it. And then it will give you a clue to remember that answer. Always provide, put these things down. Then the next thing is going to be your email. Now, once you put that email, I would strongly advise that you have an email that is valid, well spelled, because if you make any mistake, you would not get any information, any updates from IRCC. So once you're done with it, it will tell you that you've successfully created a GC account. Then what happens? You go back to the sign-in page. I just click on home here, and then you come back to this page. Now, because we have our own sign-in details and we've already created an account, we just want to, let you know how it is for you to create an account. That's why we went there. We're just going to sign in here right now, and we move forward for you to see. So once you have created your account, you then go further to write down your sign-in username here, and then your password here, and then you sign in and wait for the next page to come. It says your username may be missing or invalid, or your password may be missing or invalid. That means we have typed the wrong password or or username. So we have to get the correct one and type it again. So after correcting the password and everything, the page that you're going to see is welcome to whatever username that you've used, whatever whatever username you've used would appear on the top here, and it says your last sign in and your GCKey account on Sunday, blah blah blah, things like that. Here you can change your password. If you want to change your password, you can then change your recovery questions that have been asked, manage your email address, and manage your two-factor, which is the thing you're going to do when you're creating your when you're creating your GC account. So manage, this is now mandatory. I remember when we did ours there, it wasn't there. It's just a new thing. And so that's the case for this. So we just have to click on continue and then move to what we call the two-factor authentication. So guys, before I don't know if the screen was like this before. Before I type in my code here, authenticator code here, I'd like to go through with this how to obtain this code. So now, if you look at this number here, there's a code here E45F. This is unique to me. When you get to this stage, you will see did some letters and combination of letters and figures that are unique to you. This is going to be your own GCKey. In fact, it's going to show on your GCKey on your authenticator app. Now, if you have any further questions about how to get this into your phone, you can just write a comment section down, and I'll maybe do more on that for you. But that's by the way. Once you get this into you just click on the GC account, you'll see some numbers there, and that number you type it. If now my own will just go end when it will change in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds. So I'm just going to wait for the new numbers so that I can just type it in. So I don't want to, I just want to finish it before, I don't want everyone to say it. Yes, so after you input your authenticator code in, you would click on continue. It's going to take you to this page and said I will let you know that you've successfully completed your two-factor authentication, and you just have to click on continue. And it's going to take you to this page. I think we've stayed a long time, and then it wants us to resign in, so we're going to resign in again. That's what sometimes it happens on while we're doing this. So I'm just going to be very fast about this, just signing with the GCKey, and just yeah, I accept. Oh, okay. Now it's so right now, after clicking on continue on from the authenticator, and you've put in your code and click on, it's going to bring you to this page, and this is just for a newcomer. You would not see this page again once you have created all those things. So we're just doing this for a newcomer. So once you come in here, you would start filling in the information, and just to make sure that make sure that every information that you click is correct, and no mistakes there. Otherwise, there's going to be issues in the future. So just join me as I continue filling this form. Don't get it twisted. This is the IRCC account, and the other one we created was a GCC account. So this is the beginning of, after GCC account, you just come to this page, and then it's going to take you further. Surname, put in your last name just like you registered it before. Here, you're just going to type in your email address. that you've already provided. And then your preferred language of notification, we're just going to go with English. And then we click on continue. Now, this is where you're going to create your security questions. So think about anything you want to create. Make sure you write these security questions down so you don't forget them. So for now, I'm just going to write any kind of questions I like. Maybe I'll just write, what is my brother's name? And I'll just, in order to answer that, I'm just going to put down Akin. The next question is, let me say, what is my first car? And I'm just going to say Toyota. And the next one is, what is my best color? Green. These things are just, I mean, you would have your own questions that you're going to put in there. These are just mandatory things that you will need to do that. They will be, now when you come logging in, they will be changing these questions. And then the last questions here, the fourth one is, where were you born? Where were you born? Sorry, where made mistake here. And then I'm just going to say Jamaica. Jamaica. Oh, I missed the spelling. Sorry. Again, it's still not correct. But let's just go forward. Let's not just waste the time. So at the end of this thing, let me Japan. Just go straight to continue. And then it tells you now, this is what you're going to be seeing every time you log in. This from the beginning of the process to the end of the process. Now, this is showing you that this is your page. Now, if you look at what it says, view your application you submitted, you will see your application type. It will tell you what it is, your application number, your applicant name, your date submitted, current status, messages, action, you know, it will be updating now. But the fact that we've not applied for anything here, it said, now look at this place. It says continue an application you haven't submitted yet. We have not submitted anything. And this is what we're going to go into to do now. And this is going to take, I think we have 60 days. For the time we did it last time, we have 60 days to submit. Let me see what they say here. Continue working on this application or profile you haven't submitted or deleted from your account. I know we have 60 days from now, from the day we open this, to submit an application. Otherwise, the application will not start an application, and then you just apply on to come to Canada. Let's move forward. And this is where now it's like a personal checklist, like eligibility. They want to know with these informations now, want to know if actually you can proceed or not. And I'm going to take you with these things very quickly. The first one is personal reference code. Is if you've already completed the come to Canada or the express entry visa, you would have received a document checklist or a personal reference code based on the answers provided. Please enter your reference code to begin. We do not have a reference code to begin. So you go down here because you're a new person. I do not have a personal reference code. So if you don't have a reference code, it says you may answer the series of questions to find out, and I mean your eligibility to apply. This is where they want to check if you are eligible to apply the kind of visa that you intend to apply for. Now we have the visitors, we have the express entry, we have the international experience, Canada. Now this one is for visitors, studies, or work permit. This is actually where we're heading to. But before we press on this, this is for the guys that are already in the country, that's in Canada already. Maybe they have a temporary work, temporary visa, and they want to use their Canadian experience to go. This is what they use. So this is none of our business now. This might be our business if we want to do any of this, but this express entry is what we're going to be going into now. Now, the eligibility. Now, find out if we're eligible. Now, we'll start answering the question. If which province or territory do you plan to? I'll leave this to you to, decide, make some research as to what province do you like. People like Ontario, people like Alberta, people like some other kind of province, British Columbia, so try to look out for what province you'd like to do some search on it, and so you'll be able to make the right decision. It doesn't mean that when you come, you cannot go to anywhere, especially when you come on express entry. Now, we're heading somewhere because after this video, we have a series of other videos that will show you. We're going to stop in eligibility today, and by next week, we should be giving you the lowdowns of the main application of IRCC before we go into provincial PMP. And then we did for Saskatchewan. That's where we are right now. So, and that's what we want to take you through to be able to help you, to prevent you from going to the agents, because the same thing agents are going to do is what you can do. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why. So for us, for example, just click on this. Which province do you want to go? You look at the series of provinces that are here and just do some research on them. Otherwise, this is just get to know about them. Otherwise, if you know already, just go straight to the point and click on the province that you want to go. So we'll click on here. I'm going to click Saskatchewan because I'm here. And then I'll go to next. This is you need to submit language test. Now, at this point, you already know your score, and this is where I'm going to advise everyone: try as much as possible to get a very good score. Getting a very good score would not even require you to go down to provision nominee. You just get through your FSW, which is a Federal Skill Work Experience, instead of going through the PMP, which is the provision nominee program. And if you have a very good score, it boosts the chances of your point. Your scores become very high. So in other words, let's say, yes, we did IELTS, right? Which is a very common one. If we say yes, then we click on next. Then we're going to just choose the date we wrote the IELTS, because if you write your IELTS, it expires after every 2 years. So we're just going to do something very new here and take, for instance, and this one is going to be, let me say we just did it in September last month. Okay. And then we'll select a date and say 18th. All right, and then we click next. When you're doing yours, you're going to be putting in your original, because this will be one of those things that will be verified. Then now you enter your score for speaking. Now, this is where I say try to get a good score. If you get something 6.5 above, very good. I've seen someone with 5 and 5.5 getting a provision nominee because of the job the person is doing. But certain jobs like the healthcare, they need a high score. Don't panic if you get a low score. Put in your result that way. So I'm just going to choose in 7.5. Let me just go for 7 for all of them, and it says 7 here. That's for listening. No, for listening, the golden score, like I'll tell you, is 8777. So if you get 8777 for 8 in listening and the rest 7, that's the golden score. It gives you a very high mark on your profile that you've created. I'll go for 7 here, and the last one I'll go for 7 here as well. And then I'll click on next. Still trying to find out. Do you have other language? Nope, I do not have. So you click none and click on next. In the last 3 years, how many years of skilled work experience? Now, this also will help you. It must have been full time. So check, oh, do you have in Canada? This is in Canada. So we don't have anything in Canada. So we're going to say, go straight to no. But if you've worked in Canada before, very good for you. It's going to give you some point. Now, if you do not have a Canadian work experience during this period, please choose none of the above. And so, yeah, we don't have any Canadian experience. So we'll go to next. In the last 10 years, how many years of skilled work experience do you have? It must be continued. This is outside Canada. So let's say you have 5 years experience. So we'll just say 4 to 5. And then if you have above 6 or more, this is going to be the highest point here. So let's say you have 4 and 5. I don't want to use the highest point. So between 4 to 5 years, which is like on the average, you just put that down there. And bear in mind, we're going to come to that. I don't want to waste much time on this. We've gone so far on this. So just want to end on this eligibility. So the next thing is, in these 5 years, do you have at least 2 years of experience in one of the following? Now, I'm going to drop a link in I'm going to drop a link in the bio below to let you know about the different kind of occupational code. So you have to check those codes and check what jobs it's actually talking about. And if you've had any of 5 years in any of those things, this code, the job code that ended with 723, 782, 83, 92, 93, and so on, you're just going to click on it. Now, this place is the link actually, and that's what I'm going to be putting below, so that but if you're feeling this, you just click on it and just check on the jobs. And let me see if I can take it. I just want to be very fast. So this is the new updated, before it comes as NOC, but now they're using tier 1, tier 2, and all those things. So this is where you're going to look at this thing. So you click on this one, it takes you back to all those places. You look for those numbers, and if it's yes, you say yes. Otherwise, you say none. And then you click on next. How much money are you going to? This is very, very important. And this is where we have the proof of fund. The proof of fund is to enable the government of Canada wants you to have a certain amount of money minimum, that when you come into the country, that you'll be able to survive for the next 3 months without a job. That is why they want that. This money is yours, and it's going to be converted into Canadian dollars. So here there is a link again below. I'm just going to go for the highest, but if you're single coming alone, you have a particular amount, minimum amount. If you're married, you're coming with your partner, you are entitled to have a higher amount of money, and you're required, to have a higher amount of money in Canadian dollars. So for the sake of me not making mistakes, I'll just go for the highest here, but I'm going to drop the link. My wife is going to drop the link below for you to be able to see what it's required for single, family of 2, family of 3, family of 4, amount, the required amount or proof of fund. So I'm going for this 36,000 and more. How many family members do you have? I'm just going to say 2, me and my wife. If you have 2 children, then it's 4. So and you must ensure that what you've written here aligns or corroborates with the number of family members you're writing. Otherwise, you will not be eligible. So you click on 3. Minimum. I said I was going to click on 2, so I'll just click on 2, and then next. And do you have a valid job offer in Canada? If you have a valid job offer, it's a very good point, but you don't have it. There's no job offer, so just go to the next. And then the next one is, what's your date of birth? I'm just going to use 19. The younger you are, the better the chances of I'm just going to say I was born 1990. Where is 1990? Or let me use 1993. Or no, 1990 is the best for me here. Then again, I'm going to drop a link below that tells you what's the number. I mean, I'll drop a link that will let you know the age versus the amount of points you need to you'll get, you know. So I'm just gonna say September the 20th, and the next one is, what's the highest level of education you've had? If you do not, this is your, what is the highest level of education you have earned? A Canadian degree, diploma, certificate, or have an educational, this is the evaluation that my wife talked about in our first video. The evaluation of your credentials, that's the ECA, Educational Credential Assessment. So ensure that you have done this and it's in place. If you do not earn a Canadian degree, diploma, or certificate, you may have done a foreign education assessed by agency approved by immigration. That's WES, WES. So yes, so WES will tell you what the equivalent of your degree is from your country. So if you've done bachelor's degree, so you just say yes, and if you've done it and WES have sent it to you that your education is equivalent to bachelor's degree, so you just put bachelor's degree here, and then you go to the next one. And final, check all that apply. I have studied full-time in Canada. Nope. I have at least 1 year full-time work experience in Canada. Nope. I have a relative in Canada who is 18 years or older. Now, if you have, and if any of this applies to you, they higher the points for you. So that it's a very good thing. But if none of them applies to you, you just click none of the above and click next. And it now goes further to ask you, what is your marital status? And if you're married, you click married. If you're divorced, and bear in mind, if you're going to be coming with your child and you're coming as a single mother, there are certain things they require from you, and that will be talked about in some other videos that we may be doing. And I'll just put married here for now. But if you're single, you just put never married or single. When you click on married, it's going to show you your spouse. There's going to be a space for your spouse to fill in some things. If your wife or your husband has the education, work experience, those points too will count for them. So I'm just going to click married. Or to make it very fast, let me use married because that's one of the most difficult ones, and because it's going to ask you for some other kind of thing. Do your spouse, now this is what I'm talking about, do your spouse or partner will they come with you to Canada? Yes. If they're not coming to Canada, you click on no. Probably they will come later. Then you have to do another visa for the person. But it's advisable you have the same visa, so they can come and then go since you are the primary applicant. Is your spouse or partner a citizen? If your spouse is a citizen or permanent resident, then very good. But now your spouse is not. None of you are. And then you just go for next. Has your spouse or partner studied in Canada before? Nope. If yes, very good. More point. Has your spouse or partner worked in Canada full-time? Nope. If yes, very good. So I'm just using the worst case scenario. So here, has your spouse or partner taken English test? Yes. Yes. Try. This is like we need to get your spouse to take these things, although sometimes it could be no, and then it's still very okay, but it's advisable for spouse to take this exam. If you have a good point, you can go ahead without your spouse even taking out this, but it's very advisable that your spouse do this thing, this particular test. So IELTS is what we've chosen. Let's put our score or his score next. Oh, it's becoming very slow. It's becoming very slow. Yeah, so let's see where it's gonna take us to. Yeah, so now it has taken us to this next page to what date did she take the test. We're going to use 2022 again, or we can use 2023 and then say she did it in January, or he did it in January, and then we are going to click on the 13th and then say next. Then you enter the score. Let's use let's say 6. Let's say 6 for maybe it's the spouse that's not very serious. 6 again. I'm not saying you're not going to be serious. I trust you guys are going to be very serious. So let's say 7 in listening. I'm trying to go to worst case scenario, and then in writing you put 5.5, and then let's go there. Next. So now this is the result of what? This is the result of the eligibility check, the express entry. So now it wants you to, this is the step 1, step 2. After you just go through this, is just like a guidance, and then you click on continue. It says find out if you're if you're eligible. What is your last name? We're going to put in our last name here. What is your first name? Tell us your name, exactly how it shows on the passport. Be careful about this. I'm just going to write anything here. This name exists, but that's not how it shows on the passport. So, but you need to write out the name how it shows on the passport. And this is my wife's name, not my name. And I'm just going to choose 1990 September, the same thing that brought it down here, and then I'm going to say next. And it says, again, what is your marital status on your passport? Married. Let's go there. And will this person be coming to to Canada? Yes. And what is your spouse? Now, what is your spouse last name? Family name. Spouse name is Madika. What are your spouse common law partner's first name? Example. Oh, sorry. Mistakenly brought that up. What is your spouse common law's gender? Male, because she's female. And the birthday, we're going to use 1989. And then we use July, and then this, what I'm just putting down here is just a guidance to help you step by step so that you don't make mistake. What does it say? It says complete. Now this shows that I am very eligible, and then it has set up a dashboard for me. This dashboard will help me to fill up the form, and this is the place I'm going to be starting from next. The video I'm going to be sending out next, I'm going to be doing this is on this. I'm not going to go to the rest, this because it's taking a very long time to complete this whole thing, guidance. So right now, you just have to start the form here, but I'm not going to go in this. These are much more details of how you start filling your application. So expect something from us by next week. This is for the common law, that's me, and this is for my wife, who is the main applicant. And you need to provide all these details, this study language and all these things. And then for the spouse, he's going to provide his personal details, study, work history, And so I'm just going to guide you on how we're going to do this in the next video. So thank you very much. And if you have any questions on this, try as much as possible to put down these questions. It will help us to be able to provide answers in the next video. Don't forget to like, share this video, and subscribe for the more videos that are forthcoming. Thank you.